Today we delve into a principle that transcends time and circumstance. It's the art of leading a life so powerful that your actions speak louder than your words, and your success is your ultimate testimony. It's about embracing the strength to move forward, regardless of challenges, without seeking permission or validation. In this space, your journey becomes the greatest story ever told, not because you explained it, but because you lived it. In a world where noise fills every corner of our lives, silence has become a rare commodity. Yet silence holds the key to personal power, the power to command attention without uttering a word. It's not the absence of sound, but the presence of purpose that makes silence a force. And today we are going to explore how this simple yet profound principle can radically transform your life. Think about it. How often have we been caught up in the endless cycle of defending ourselves, explaining our every move, justifying our decisions to others? We speak, we explain, we defend, yet in doing so, we often dilute our own strength. The real power doesn't lie in the need to explain yourself to others. True power comes from a quiet confidence, a confidence so grounded in who you are that no external force can shake it. When you speak less, you create space for your actions to shine. Too many people waste time trying to explain who they are, why they do what they do, or how they got to where they are. But in truth, your actions will always tell a more compelling story than any explanation you can offer. What does it say when you keep your head down, focus on your goals, and let your results do the talking? It says that you know who you are and you don't need anyone's validation. It says you are in control of your own narrative and you don't seek approval because you don't need it. We live in a world that's obsessed with the constant need for justification. People want to know why you do things, why you've made certain choices, or why you've taken specific risks. But if you're always caught up in answering questions, you miss out on living your life. The moment you stop explaining, you reclaim your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. Imagine living without the pressure of always having to prove your worth or justify your existence. Doesn't that sound liberating? Here's the truth. When you stop explaining, you actually start living more authentically. You start making decisions that align with your true self, not with the expectations of others. The more you explain yourself, the more you dilute your power. People will constantly challenge your path, your decisions, and your way of thinking. But when you stand firm in your silence, you stop engaging in battles that aren't worth your time. You stand unshaken, unmoved by the opinions of others, because you are so sure of your own direction. Now imagine this. You're in a room full of people, and everyone is talking, explaining, defending, trying to prove their point. But then there's you, quiet, composed, and resolute. You don't need to say a word, because your presence speaks volume. The calm, the focus, the confidence you exude is enough. People start noticing. They start respecting you, not because you explain yourself, but because you don't need to. This is what it means to master the power of silence. It is not about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with the world from a place of quiet strength. It's about knowing that you don't need to make a noise to make an impact. When you stop explaining, you allow your actions, your success, and your character to speak for you. And while this journey of silence might seem simple, there's an underlying depth to it that we often overlook. It's not just about refraining from unnecessary words, it's about the strength it takes to move forward without permission, without needing others to understand or accept your choice. But there's more to this story, because in embracing silence, you also embrace something else, something even more powerful. And in our next discussion, we'll uncover exactly what that is. Stay tuned. There's a certain power in holding your ground, in standing firm in the face of uncertainty, adversity, and even criticism. It's the kind of power that doesn't need to shout to be heard, and doesn't require the approval of others to remain unwavering. This is the power of personal strength, the strength that comes from within, not from the external circumstances you face, but from the quiet, unshakable belief in who you are and what you're capable of achieving. Too often we allow the noise of the world to dictate our actions, our thoughts, and our decisions. We look around and we start to question ourselves. We wonder if we're making the right choices, if we're on the right path, if we're good enough. But true strength doesn't come from external validation. It comes from a deep internal sense of confidence, one that is built on the foundation of knowing your worth and trusting your abilities. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't need to explain your every move, your every decision. You trust that the path you're walking is the right one for you, even if others can't see it. You become a force of nature moving steadily forward, unshaken by the opinions of those who doubt you, by the setbacks that seem to come out of nowhere, or by the challenges that appear to block your way. You simply keep going because you know that your strength comes from within and that nothing can take that away from you. This type of strength is not the kind that comes from brute force or pushing through things without considering the consequence. No, this strength is subtle, yet incredibly powerful. It's the kind of strength that allows you to stay calm in the storm, to maintain focus when everything around you is chaotic, and to make decisions that align with your values, even when others don't understand them. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to explain itself, because it speaks for itself. When you move with this kind of strength, you don't have to justify why you do what you do. Your actions and results are proof enough. People will start to see that you're not driven by the opinions of others or the need for validation. You're driven by something deeper, something that is impossible to ignore. The more you embrace your inner strength, the more you'll find that you attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You won't have to chase success. It will come to you because you exude confidence, not arrogance, and because you're aligned with your true purpose. This is the type of power that comes from living authentically. And when you live authentically, you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. But don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean that you won't face challenges. It doesn't mean that you won't face moments of doubt or fear. What it means is that you'll be able to navigate those challenges with an unwavering belief in your own ability to overcome them. You'll know that your strength is not dependent on external circumstances, but on the quiet, unshakable confidence that you carry with you every single day. This strength, this silent, unshakable power, is the foundation of everything that you will achieve. And in the next step, we will explore how to amplify this power even more by understanding the true force that lies beneath your confidence. Stay with me as we take the next step into unlocking your ultimate potential. Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible strength that lies in simply standing unshaken? The world is full of distractions, full of forces trying to pull you in different directions. Challenges will arise, doubts will surface, and obstacles will come in all shapes and sizes. But in the midst of all that, there's a power you possess, a power that comes from within, the power to stand firm, to remain unmoved, and to press forward no matter the storm around you. When you stand unshaken, you are not moved by the opinions of others, not swayed by the temporary setbacks that may appear in your life. It's the quiet power of resilience that allows you to move forward without needing to prove anything to anyone. It's the inner strength that says, I will not bend, I will not break, I will not be swayed by circumstances. This power is not just about surviving difficult times, it's about thriving through them, growing stronger with each challenge you face. Many people are quick to crumble at the first sign of difficulty. The moment something goes wrong, they fall into panic, they start questioning their decisions, and they begin looking for reasons to explain why things aren't working. But when you stand unshaken, you look at difficulty differently. You understand that challenges are not there to break you, they're there to strengthen you. They're not setbacks, but setups for your next level of growth. And it's in those moments of pressure, when things seem uncertain, that your real power comes to the forefront. Think about the strongest trees you know, the ones with the deepest roots. When storms come, they don't bend or break. They stand tall, unshaken, because their roots run deep. That's the same kind of strength you need to cultivate in your own life. The deeper your understanding of who you are, and the stronger your commitment to your own path, the less likely you are to be moved by the winds of adversity. You won't be knocked over by criticism, by fear, or by the obstacles that try to block your way. Instead, you will remain grounded in your purpose, confident that nothing can derail you. Standing unshaken is not just about enduring, it's about thriving, even when others doubt you. It's about holding on to your vision, even when it seems impossible, even when the road ahead looks unclear. The more you practice this inner strength, the more you'll realize that you are not at the mercy of your circumstances. Your circumstances are at the mercy of your strength, your resolve, and your unwavering belief in yourself. This ability to stand unshaken doesn't come overnight. It's a muscle that you build over time through consistency and practice. The more you challenge yourself, the more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you'll begin to realize just how powerful you truly are. Every time you face a setback and refuse to let it stop you, you add another layer of strength to your foundation. But while standing unshaken is vital, it's only one part of the equation, because true power comes not just from resilience, but from the ability to move forward, even when everything around you is trying to hold you back. And in our next discussion, we'll dive deeper into how you can move forward fearlessly by tapping into an even greater force that lies within you. Stay tuned for what's next, because it's time to unlock your true potential. Imagine for a moment that you are walking through a crowded room. People are talking, exchanging ideas, trying to be heard. The noise, the opinions, the distractions are everywhere, but you don't feel the need to add to it. You don't need to speak louder to be noticed, and you don't need to defend your place in the conversation. Why? Because your actions speak far louder than words ever could. You understand that leadership, true leadership, comes not from what you say, but from what you do. Too many people waste energy trying to explain their every move, justify their actions, or validate their decisions. They feel the constant pressure to speak up, to explain themselves, to make sure everyone understands. But here's the thing. When you speak too much, when you explain too often, you actually undermine your own power. You dilute the strength of your intentions because words are often just noise. It's easy to talk, but it's much harder to act with purpose, to let your actions do the talking. Think about the great leaders in history. What sets them apart? Was it their ability to speak endlessly, to justify their every decision? No, it was their ability to act with conviction, their ability to make bold decisions, to stand firm in their beliefs, and to let the results of their actions speak for themselves. True leadership doesn't come from the volume of your voice. It comes from the consistency of your actions, from the impact you make by simply doing. It's time to realize that your words are often just a distraction from the power that lies in your actions. When you take action, you no longer need to explain why you're doing what you're doing, because the results will speak for you. People will see what you're doing and respect you for it. They will follow you because they can see your direction, they can see your purpose, and they can see that you are moving with intention. But how do you reach that point? How do you reach the place where you no longer feel the need to explain, to justify, or to defend your action? The first step is realizing that your actions, not your words, will define you. You need to start taking deliberate, purpose-driven steps in the direction of your goals. Stop wasting time explaining why you can or can't do something, why things are the way they are. Instead, start showing people who you are through your actions. Show them that you don't need to talk about what you're going to do. You're already doing it. This doesn't mean you won't face opposition. It doesn't mean that people won't question your decision. In fact, when you begin to take action and move with purpose, you will encounter resistance. That's natural. But what sets you apart is your ability to stay focused, to remain unshaken, and to keep moving forward with your actions, regardless of the norm. The more you act, the more people will respect you. They will see your commitment, your strength, and your resolve, and they won't need to hear an explanation. They will just know that you are a person of power, a person of integrity. Now, this is just the beginning, but there's more to learn. Because while actions speak louder than words, the true power of your actions lies in how you carry them forward, how you leverage them to create impact, influence, and change. And in our next discussion, we'll dive deeper into that. How do you amplify the power of your action? How do you take what you're already doing and elevate it to an entirely new level? Stick around, because what's coming next will change everything. There's a unique power in resilience, the kind of power that's not just about surviving adversity, but about growing stronger through it. In life, we all face storms, obstacles that seem insurmountable, moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. But here's the thing. Resilience isn't about avoiding these challenges. It's about how you handle them, how you grow through them, and how you use them to build your inner strength. When you encounter setbacks, most people panic. They start looking for ways to escape, to get out of the situation as quickly as possible. But resilience is about standing firm in the face of adversity. It's about understanding that difficulty is not a barrier, but a stepping stone. Every time you face a challenge and choose to rise above it, you strengthen your foundation, you deepen your character, you sharpen your focus. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding pain, it comes from embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to propel you forward. Think about the greatest breakthroughs in history. Think about the individuals who achieved incredible things. None of them did so by avoiding failure or struggle. In fact, many of them found their greatest moments of growth in the midst of their hardest challenges. They chose to embrace the struggle, knowing that it was shaping them into something greater than they were before. You see, resilience is not a passive trait. It's active, it's deliberate, and it's something that you build over time. Every setback, every failure, every difficulty you face is an opportunity to build resilience. The more you choose to push through, to continue despite the odds, the stronger you become. The more you learn to remain focused on your goals, to keep moving forward even when things are tough, the more unshakable you become in the face of any adversity. Think about a tree standing strong against a fierce storm. The storm may shake it, bend its branches, even strip it of some leaves. But as long as the roots are deep, the tree stands. And what happens after the storm passes? The tree is stronger, its roots deeper, its trunk sturdier. It has been tested, it has endured, and now it is ready to grow even taller. That's what resilience does for you. It makes you stronger, more grounded, more capable of weathering whatever storms come your way. But resilience is not just about enduring, it's about thriving despite the odds. It's about recognizing that challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Every difficulty you face is a lesson in patience, in persistence, and in self-belief. The more you develop resilience, the more you start to realize that nothing can truly hold you back. No matter how many setbacks you encounter, no matter how many times you fall, resilience will keep you moving forward until you're standing tall once again. And as you build this resilience, you begin to unlock something else, something even more powerful. Because once you realize the strength of your own resilience, you start to understand that you have the power to move beyond just surviving. You can thrive, and not just thrive, but conquer every challenge that comes your way. And this is where it gets interesting, because resilience is just the beginning. In our next conversation, we'll explore how to take that resilience and transform it into something even greater, a force that not only shapes your life, but begins to shape the world around you. Stay tuned, because the next step is one you won't want to miss. When you succeed, truly succeed, your actions, your results, your achievements speak for themselves. You don't need to explain the how or the why, because success itself carries a weight that no words can match. But here's the truth. Success is not just about reaching the finish line. It's about what you learn, what you become, and what you inspire in others along the way. What often gets lost in the pursuit of success is the pressure to justify it. Many people feel the need to explain their every step, to give an account for why they did what they did, or how they got to where they are. They feel that success should be explained, that it should be understood by everyone. But the truth is, success doesn't require validation from others. The moment you start explaining it, you lose a bit of its power. Success is not something to be explained. It is something to be lived, something to be experienced, and something that will shine so brightly no explanation is needed. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have truly achieved greatness. What makes them stand out? Is it their ability to explain their every decision, to justify their methods and choices? No, it's the impact of their success. It's the way their lives, their businesses, their achievements have left a mark on the world, often without them needing to say a word. Their success does the talking for them. And when you begin to move through life with this understanding, you begin to realize that success is not about proving anything to anyone. It's about proving it to yourself. It's about reaching a point where your actions, your results, and your presence are enough. This is where true power lies. When you no longer feel the need to explain yourself, to justify why you've succeeded, you enter a new realm of leadership and influence. Your success becomes its own testimony, an undeniable force that compels people to take note. It doesn't matter whether or not they understand the journey. What matters is that they see the results. And when they see the results, they'll be drawn to you, they'll respect you, and they'll follow you not because of what you said, but because of what you've done. But here's the thing, success doesn't come easily. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. It requires hard work, determination, and a relentless drive to keep moving forward, even when others doubt you or when circumstances seem impossible. It requires you to stay focused, to maintain a vision that no one else can see, and to trust in your own abilities when the world around you may be questioning them. But once you achieve success, once you cross that finish line, something remarkable happens. People begin to notice, and they begin to ask questions. And here's the beauty of it. When you've reached a point where you've proven your success, you no longer need to answer those questions. Your success answers them all. Now, this journey of silent success doesn't stop here. As you begin to experience the undeniable power of success, you'll discover that there's another layer to it, a deeper level of influence that you can tap in. And in our next conversation, we'll uncover what that is, how to take your success and turn it into a movement, a force that not only changes your life, but transforms the world around you. Stay tuned, because the next step will unlock the true potential of your success. Have you ever wondered what truly makes someone extraordinary? It's not just their talent, their skills, or their knowledge. It's the way they respond to challenges, the way they rise when others fall, the way they persevere when the odds are stacked against them. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary lies in their ability to stay in the game when everything around them is falling apart. This is the power of commitment, the unshakable, unwavering decision to keep going, no matter what. Commitment is the force that propels you forward, even when the road is tough, even when the path is unclear, and even when everyone else is telling you to quit. It's the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who give up half. Commitment isn't something that's just needed at the beginning of a journey. It's something you carry with you throughout every stage of your life, in every decision you make, in every challenge you face. The commitment to your goals, to your vision, is what keeps you grounded no matter how stormy the seas become. When you are truly committed, nothing can stop you, not the setbacks, not the criticisms, not the failures. You see, commitment is what gives you the courage to move forward, even when others doubt you, even when you feel like giving up. It's what makes you wake up every morning with a sense of purpose, a sense of drive, because you understand that your goals are worth the effort, worth the sacrifice. Commitment is not about instant gratification. It's about understanding that the journey you are on is bigger than any temporary challenge you may face. Think about the most successful people in the world, the ones who have truly made a mark. What sets them apart is not that they had everything handed to them or that they had an easy path. No, what sets them apart is their commitment to their vision, to their dreams, to their purpose. They didn't quit when things got hard. They didn't walk away when others told them it wasn't possible. Instead, they stayed committed. They kept pushing forward, kept working, kept striving, until they achieved what others thought was impossible. This is where true power lies, the ability to commit, not just for the short term, but for the long haul. It's easy to be committed when things are going well, when success seems just around the corner. But real commitment is tested when things get tough, when obstacles arise, when you feel like you can't go any further. It's in these moments that your commitment is truly measured. Do you quit, or do you keep going? The choice is yours, but remember this. It's your commitment that will determine whether you reach the top or whether you fall short. But here's the key. Commitment is not just about personal achievement. It's about the impact you can have on others. Your commitment, your determination, your relentless pursuit of your goals will inspire those around you. It will create a ripple effect, a wave of inspiration that spreads to others and encourages them to be committed to their own dreams, to their own vision. You become a beacon, a light that guides others on their own journey. And as you become more committed, something incredible happens. You'll begin to realize that the next step in your journey is not just about your own success, it's about the legacy you're building, the difference you're making, and the world you're shaping. And this is just the beginning. In our next conversation, we will dive into the power of legacy and how your commitment today can create a lasting impact for generations to come. Stick with me because the next step will reveal how your commitment will transcend. Imagine for a moment that you are standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out at the vast horizon ahead of you. Below, the ground is steep and rocky, but above, the sky is clear and the path is open. You stand there, taking a deep breath, knowing that you must take the leap. You've been preparing for this moment for years, yet there is still a voice inside you, the voice of fear that tells you to stay back, to hold on to what's familiar. But you also feel the pull of something greater, the call of your vision, urging you forward. This is the power of vision, the ability to see what others can't see, to look beyond the present and imagine the future that awaits you. Vision isn't just about dreaming, it's about seeing your future in the present, feeling it in your bones, knowing that what you see is possible. Vision gives you the strength to keep going when the road gets rough, to stay committed when the challenges seem insurmountable, and to take that leap of faith when others are too afraid to even try. A true vision isn't just a vague idea of what you want. It's a clear, powerful image of the future you are determined to create. It's something that burns inside you, something that calls you forward, even when the world seems to be telling you that it's impossible. Vision is what separates the dreamers from the doers. While others may talk about what they want to achieve, the person with vision doesn't just talk, they act. They understand that their vision is a blueprint for their future, and they will stop at nothing to bring it to life. But here's the thing. Vision requires a different kind of courage. It requires the courage to see beyond the present circumstances, to look past the obstacles that are in front of you, and to focus on the end result. It requires the courage to step into the unknown, to embrace uncertainty, and to take risks. Because when you have a vision, you know that failure is not the end. It's just part of the process. It's a lesson that will move you one step closer to realizing your dream. The power of vision lies not in the dream itself, but in the relentless pursuit of that dream. When you have a clear vision, you don't let fear or doubt hold you back. You don't let temporary setbacks derail you. Instead, you use every challenge, every difficulty, as fuel to push you closer to your goal. Vision keeps you focused on the end result, even when the journey gets tough. It becomes the driving force that propels you forward, even when the odds are against you. But vision alone is not enough. You must combine your vision with the courage to act, the commitment to keep moving, and the resilience to bounce back when things go wrong. Your vision is the map, but it's your actions, your decisions, and your persistence that will get you to where you want to go. The clearer your vision, the stronger your drive will be, and the more determined you will be to overcome any obstacle in your path. And now, as you begin to understand the power of vision, there's another layer to uncover, one that takes vision to a whole new level. What if you could not only create your own future, but inspire others to see the possibilities in their own life? What if your vision could become a catalyst for transformation, not just in your life, but in the lives of others? In our next conversation, we will explore how to use your vision to influence and inspire the world around you, creating a ripple effect that will change everything. Stay tuned because the next step is going to be a game changer. There's something profound about the way we shape our destiny. Every single day, we make choices, small and large, that move us closer to our future. But have you ever stopped to consider that the very foundation of your success is built on your decisions? It's easy to think that success happens by chance, that it's a result of external forces or circumstances. But the truth is, your life is shaped by the decisions you make. Your choices today determine your tomorrow, and the power you hold lies in your ability to make those choices with clarity and purpose. Every successful person you admire didn't get to where they are by accident. They got there because they learned to make decisions with confidence, even in the face of uncertainty. The power of decision making is not just about knowing what to do, it's about trusting yourself to take action. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose your path, and with that power comes responsibility. Every decision you make has the potential to move you closer to your goals or take you further away. And the key to mastering this power lies in your ability to make decisions quickly and decisively, without second-guessing yourself or waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the catch: not all decisions are easy. In fact, some of the most important decisions in your life will come with great uncertainty, with doubts and with fear. It's during these moments that your true strength is tested. Will you make a decision based on fear, or will you take a bold step forward, trusting that you can handle whatever comes next? The most successful people in life aren't necessarily the ones who make the right decisions every time, but they are the ones who make decisions with the courage to stand by them, to own them, and to learn from the results. Think about it for a moment. What sets those who succeed apart from those who don't is not necessarily their circumstances, but their ability to make decisions that align with their vision, their values, and their purpose. They understand that waiting for everything to be perfect, waiting for the right time, will only keep them stuck. They take action even when the future is unclear, because they know that the power of decision is what shapes their destiny. They make the choice, and then they commit to it no matter what. Now, it's important to realize that not all decisions are about taking massive leaps. Sometimes it's the small decisions, the daily choices that lead to the most significant outcome. The decision to get up early and work on your goals. The decision to stay focused, even when distractions are all around you. The decision to keep going when you feel like quitting. Every choice you make adds up, and over time those choices compound, leading you toward your desired future. But as you master the power of decision making, something incredible begins to happen. Your confidence grows, your clarity sharpens, and your ability to take bold actions becomes stronger. You stop doubting yourself and start trusting your instinct. You become someone who is not afraid to make decisions, even when others hesitate or second-guess themselves. And as you continue to make powerful decisions, you start to notice a shift in the way others see you. They begin to recognize your strength, your conviction, and your leadership. But what happens when you combine the power of decision-making with something even more significant, something that amplifies your ability to lead and influence others? What happens when you master not only your own decisions, but also the ability to guide others in theirs? That's the next level of leadership, and in our next conversation, we'll dive into that. We'll explore how to turn your decision-making into a force for greater influence, and how your choices can empower others to step into their own greatness. Stay tuned, because this next step will change everything. What is the true measure of a leader? Is it their title, their position, or the power they hold over others? The truth is, real leadership is not about authority, it's about influence. Influence is the ability to guide, inspire, and empower others, to create change without force, and to make an impact that transcends any formal title. And the greatest leaders understand this. Leadership is not a position, it's a responsibility. In every moment of decision, in every choice you make, you are either stepping up as a leader or stepping back. Leadership is not something that happens once in a while, it's a constant state of being, a mindset that permeates every action, every thought, every word. True leaders don't wait for others to lead the way, they create the path, and then they walk it. They don't look for permission, they take action. They don't wait for others to follow, they inspire people to come along. What makes a leader truly powerful is not just their ability to make decisions, but their ability to make others believe in those decisions, to make them see the potential of what's possible. Leadership is about creating a vision that others can rally behind, a purpose that drives everyone toward a common goal. But here's the thing, leadership isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about empowering others, lifting them up and guiding them to see the greatness within themselves. It's about recognizing that the true power of leadership comes from the ability to elevate others, to give them the tools, the vision, and the confidence to lead in their own right. Think about the leaders you admire most. Are they the ones who boast of their accomplishments, or are they the ones who quietly empower others to rise? The most impactful leaders are the ones who help others reach their potential, who make those around them feel seen, valued, and capable. These leaders understand that their true legacy isn't built on what they accomplish alone, it's built on the strength and success of those they've helped along the way. And leadership isn't always about the big moment. Sometimes leadership is in the small, everyday actions. The way you treat people, the way you show up when no one's watching, the way you carry yourself with integrity and consistency. Great leaders know that every moment is an opportunity to influence, to set an example, and to inspire. Leadership isn't about shouting the loudest, it's about quietly but firmly setting the standard. Now, as you embrace your role as a leader, you'll begin to notice something incredible happening. You're no longer just leading by example, you're leading by influence. People will be drawn to you, not because of your position, but because of the way you make them feel. They will follow you not because they have to, but because they believe in you, they believe in your vision, and they believe in themselves. This is where true leadership begins. But what happens when this influence starts to spread? When it moves beyond just your immediate circle and begins to affect those around you, your community, and even the world? What happens when your leadership transforms not only your life, but the lives of everyone you touch? In our next conversation, we'll dive into the power of leadership as a movement, how your influence can create a ripple effect that changes everything. Stay with me, because the next step will amplify your impact in ways you can't even imagine. Leadership isn't just about what you do for yourself, it's about what you do for others, and how your actions create a lasting legacy of change, growth, and empowerment.